Hey everybody, welcome back to Real Good Pilates. Today I've got for you a mat Pilates workout using a flex band as our prop. So I love adding in this band as a little bit of extra resistance, and it enables us to do some reformer-esque exercises here on the mat, which is really nice. We're going to simulate a little bit of arm work that we would typically do on the reformer, a little bit of almost feet in straps kind of action, and we're just going to get a nice balanced full body workout. All right, so let's get started. First, we're going to get our arms and our upper body going a little bit. So for the setup of your band, place it kind of side to side this way, and then you're going to sit your sitting bones right in the middle of the band, okay? And you're going to sit crisscross if that's comfortable to you. If it's not, you can put your legs in a different position. And then once you're seated in the middle of the band, you should have two kind of equal tails coming out from either side of you. Okay, so the band should stay nice and secure with your weight on top of it, and then just set the tails down for a second while we kind of warm up our breath and our body a little bit. So just place your hands on your knees, sit as tall as you can, and take a breath in. And then as you exhale, just nod your chin, start to fold forward, reach your arms out along the mat if that's comfortable to you, and just take a slight forward fold. Keep heavy on your sitting bones, draw those abs up away from the floor. Stay here and hold for a breath in. And then as you exhale, just slowly roll back up through your spine from bottom to top. Hands can arrive back on your knees. And then we'll go again. Inhale through your nose to feel the length through the spine. And then breathe out through pursed lips, almost like you're blowing out a candle. That'll help you really connect to those deep abdominal muscles, getting into all those layers. Hold at the bottom and breathe in. And then exhale, roll all the way up in order through the spine from bottom to top. Good. Let's do that one more time. Inhale here. Exhale, feel your shoulder blades widen apart from each other. Let the weight of your head pull you down. And then as you breathe in here, feel the backs of your ribs really expand. Exhale, deeply engage those abdominals and roll right back up tall. Very good. All right, now stay tall and just roll your shoulders out a little bit, going up and back, hiking them way up to your ears, kind of priming them up to get moving with the resistance of the band. And then let's reverse it and go the other way, from back to front. Good, you guys. Okay, if at any point you need to switch which leg is crossed front or switch your sitting position, you can absolutely do that. Okay, one last thing to warm up our shoulders a little bit. Bend your elbows. Have your hands out to the sides with your palms up, almost like you were holding little bowls in your hands. Now just reach your arms out to either side, and then you're going to dump the bowls on the floor and just touch the backs of your hands together if they will reach. Open back to the sides, flipping your palms back to the ceiling, and then bend your elbows. Do that again. Reach out. Really try to touch the walls with your fingertips. Now internally rotate and bring the hands as close as you comfortably can. Open and flip the hands and then return. Good. Couple more times. Move nice and slow and just feel that rotation in the shoulder. Notice if there's any places that kind of catch or feel a little sticky. Maybe try to give those spots a little extra attention. Almost feel like you're moving through wet cement or quicksand or something. So nice and slow. And then we're going to add on our spine to this. So as you flip your hands and they come together, round your back. See if you can get even more room in those shoulders. And then as you sit up and bend the elbows, look up towards the ceiling and really squeeze under your armpits. Good. So when we move the spine, we end up able to mobilize the shoulder blades even more. So as you extend, really draw those scaps together. As you flex and round, feel them spread apart away from your center. Whew, good. Let's do one more. We haven't even added the band yet, and already I'm feeling my shoulders burning. Round, and then come all the way up. Very good. All right, now let's grab the tails of our band. You're going to take them and cross them one over the other so that they kind of come across your lap in like an X, and you're holding on to the opposite one, okay? That'll give us a little bit more range of motion as we rotate the shoulder here. So if you hold close to the tails, you'll get less resistance. If you hold a little bit lower on the band, you'll get more, or higher on the band, depending on how you think of it, away from the tail, okay? So tuck your elbows in close by your ribs, kind of close but not quite touching. You can let your hands, your fists kind of be overlapped on top of each other. And then I just want you to shrug your shoulders up as high and then press them down as low as they can go. And just do that a couple of times and just kind of find your up and down extreme ends of your range of motion. Okay, and then I want you to pause somewhere right in the middle of those two extremes, and that's where we're going to try to stay while we do our arm work here, yeah? Rather than jamming our shoulders to the floor, a little bit of elevation will give us better muscle activation, take the tension out of our neck, all right? So from there, keep the elbows close, palms are to the ceiling, and you're just going to externally rotate, leading with your thumbs to open the hands, and then close back together. And then do that again, open, and then close. Nice, you guys. Externally rotating. Ideally, your elbows stay that same close distance away from your body the whole time. So they don't travel away or get any closer. They stay stable, then we can really have a pure rotation of that shoulder joint. Good, you guys. You can adjust the amount of resistance at any point. Let's do 2 more. Good. Now last one, pause with your knuckles pointing front. So kind of halfway in that external rotation. Now just reach one arm forward, keeping the palm facing the ceiling, and then bring the elbow back. Do the other side. Go slow motion. Having the opposite band in our hand is automatically going to make it more difficult to keep the hand reaching straight out. It's going to want to get like sucked across to the other side of our body. So try to keep that parallel reach with the palms pointing up and back. So good. Allow your shoulder blades to kind of move and glide across your ribs. So don't feel like you're hunkering down and anchoring them too hard. All right, next, we're going to add an open and a close. So reach away and hold. Open that reaching arm to the side, close it back to the front, and then bend the elbow. And then do the other side. Exhale, reach the arm. Inhale, get wider across the chest to open. Exhale, close. Inhale, return. Good. So this is kind of reminiscent of offering on the reformer. Yes. Just without the reformer, which is nice sometimes. Yes, out and then in and return. Now adding on to this, when your arm opens to the side, twist your body with it to rotate. You'll get a much bigger range through the arm. Come back to the front and then bend. Other side. Exhale, inhale. Really keep that shoulder blade wide across your ribs. Return the arm and spine to the front and then return. Couple more. So here the rotation and the opening happen together. Same on the return. They all arrive at once and then in. Good. So stabilize your shoulder. Feel your obliques helping you to rotate. Good. Let's do that one more time on either side. Try to stay equally heavy on both of your sitting bones and try to relax your knees. Don't let your hip flexors take over. Very good. Now let's do both arms. So both arms reach front. No rotation on this one. Just open the arms wide, close back together, and bend. So this is exactly like offering on the reformer. Reach, we open, we close, and bend. So good. This crossed grip of the band is really challenging our deltoids. Yes, those sides of the shoulder, our rotator muscles, to stabilize against that cross body pull. Good. Now we're going to add a spinal movement to this. When we open the arms to the side, take a little bit of extension. Lift your heart towards the ceiling. Drop back to neutral when you close and bend. Good. Couple more times. One, open and lift. Press the chest towards the band. Close and in. Let's do 3 more like that. It's a lot of work for the upper back as well. Good. Yeah, so it's kind of the theme of our spine and our shoulder blades and how they relate to each other. So you should feel like you get more range through both of those spots by moving them together. And then come in and relax. Good, you guys. All right, uncross your band, lay the tails back on their appropriate sides, and then we are going to go into a mermaid stretch. Again, very similar to what you'd see on the reformer. So grab one of your tails. You can pick which one. You're going to hold it in that same side hand, and then we're going to change our sitting position to be in a mermaid style. You're going to swing your feet off to the side of the band that you're holding in your hand, okay? Now, both of your hips, sitting bones, butt cheeks, however you want to think about it, are still heavy onto the band, but now I've got my feet kind of coming around the side and wrapping around my body this way, okay? So whichever hand has the band, that's the direction the feet are pointing. If this is uncomfortable, you can adjust to make it work for you, okay? We won't be here for very long though. So tuck that elbow in close, palm is by your cheek, other hand is down towards the floor. Now you're gonna punch that arm over and take a side bend. Make sure the band feels secure, like it's not gonna go flying off that top hip, and then just bend your elbow and come back up tall. Good, and then go again. Reach this bottom arm out, and then maybe you can go far enough to soften the elbow towards the floor, and then you gently push back off and bend the banded arm. Good, couple more times. This arm should stay pretty close to the body as you side bend over and then up. Good, so this is definitely kind of a partial stretch, but also strength. You're really having to hold your own body weight up in these positions. So you'll feel your abs really working to kind of slow you down, like you're putting on the brakes as you go to the floor, and then re-engage to bring you up. All right, now side bend over and stay there. You're gonna keep your body in this side bend and just lower your straight arm forward and then back overhead. So reach it forward where you're looking and then back. Good, forward and back. Just lower that arm till you almost lose tension. Yeah, so it's just kind of a forward arm raise, but we happen to be on this funky sideward angle. Let's do two more. Whew, feel those abs staying strong in this stretch, and then sit all the way back up to the top. Whew, beautiful. All right, let's do that on the other side. So now grab your new tail. I think it's easier to grab the band first, then you have room to swing your feet to the new side. Anchor your hips pretty well. Your one hip might be slightly off of the mat, but you should feel pretty secure still with the band underneath. All right, here we go. Punch that arm up, keep the band close to your ear as you side bend over, and then bring your body back up tall. Beautiful, big stretch over towards the floor, and then restack. Good, so feel that top side of your body really opening up. Make lots of space between each little rib. Good, feel that lat and armpit stretching out. So good, couple more, ears and shoulders stay far away from each other. All right, last one, get over to your side bend and hold. Keep your body here and just lower the hand forward and then back overhead. Good, forward and back. So working that shoulder, we get the resistance of the band, but then also we're holding that arm up against gravity in this funny side position. So it's kind of twofold. Let's do three more. Whoo, that front of the shoulder, your front deltoids are probably burning right now. Two more. Mine are, so I hope I'm not by myself in that. Over to your side bend, and then let's sit all the way back up tall. Whew. Good, nice little mini mermaid to get that side bending through the spine. Very good. All right, next we're gonna lay on our back and do a little bit of kind of something reminiscent of feet and straps on the reformer. Not exactly the same, but in that same neighborhood. So lay on your back. I like to be in more of an imprinted spine for these ones, just to be able to support the weight of the legs. And then get your band nice and flat. Place your feet in the center of it with your feet and your knees together. And then you're gonna crisscross your band. So you're holding the opposite sides. And then bring your elbows down, and you can either anchor them into the mat next to you or hover them slightly off, okay? Whichever feels better. If they're hovering, you have to be able to keep them still. So now we're in a tabletop with our legs tight together, ribs are closed. Breathe in to get ready. Exhale, you're gonna very slowly straighten your legs away from you on the mat, or off the mat on a diagonal, and then come back to tabletop. Do that again. Push away and then return. And I'm finding I'm actually liking that anchoring of the elbows here. It kind of helps me to counterbalance the weight of the legs, because unlike feet in straps, this one's a lot more work in the abdominals because we don't have the ropes holding our legs up. Yes, now we're pushing into the resistance instead of kind of having the support from above like we do on the reformer. So it's a different sensation, a lot more work to keep the abs engaged here. Good. So you might not be able to reach the legs super low. Only send them as low as you can keep your abs connected, your ribs heavy, and your imprinted spinal position. Very good. All right, now reach your legs out away from you. If it feels good to you, nod your chin and lift your head and shoulders up. Now we're going to do a lift and a lower of the legs. So lifting the head, not only does it give more work to the abs, I find it's actually a little bit easier because it's easier to not let the back arch. Yeah, with the head down, it's much more difficult to kind of counterbalance against the weight of the leg. So you can try both, see what you like best. If your head is down, you probably won't be able to lower the legs quite as much. For 2, last one. Now bend the knees, lay your head down and relax. Very good. All right, now we're going to do that same thing, but just with our legs externally rotated. So bring the bands to the insides of your knees. Turn your knees and toes out in a V shape, and you should still have a good, nice flat band under the arch of your feet. Now you're going to keep your heels together, anchor the elbows if you like, and then straighten the legs away from you, and then come back together. Yes, push away, and then return. So the knees should be able to just kind of sneak right under the ropes. When you bend your knees, that X of the ropes or the band will go right between. I keep calling this ropes because we're doing sort of feet and straps, and when we're on the reformer, it's ropes. So pardon me, but band, I think you probably get the gist. Reach and then come back. So good, couple more. So now we get a little more work for the rotating muscles of the hips, a little more glute action being turned out. All right, now same as before, extend the legs and hold, lift the head up if you can, and then stay here as you go up and down. Good. Keep the feet turned out. You don't want the band slipping off of your feet and smacking you in the face. That wouldn't feel good. So make sure it feels nice and secure. When the feet go up, feel a nice hammy stretch. Beautiful. Let's do 3 more up and down. Keep that low back stable too. Last one, lower the legs, bend the knees, come in and rest. Good, you guys. Okay, now we're going to take the band back on the outsides of the knees, and we're going to do almost like a little double clamshell action here for our outer thighs. So the band is going to stay tight around the outsides of your knees. You're going to bend the elbows, keep them tucked in tight, lift the feet up, and now just open and close your knees, pushing into that tension of the band. So I'm opening and closing. When my knees go apart, I get lots of pull on the band. You can even let your toes come apart to that kind of V shape, if that helps as well. Yes, keep going. Couple more. Open and close. Good. Now, if this is too easy, feel free to crawl further from the ends of the band with your hands, and that will give you more resistance. Good. Try to lock your shoulders into place. So you've got that stability to kind of anchor that end of the band. You should start feeling those outer thighs here pretty quickly. Now, lift your head and shoulders up and keep going. So we get it a little bit more into the abdominals now. Same action of knees apart, knees together, almost butterflying those knees out and in. Good. Now open the knees and stay. Keep this diamond shape. Don't change it. Just lower the heels a couple of inches, lift a couple of inches, and the hands can go away from you a little bit, towards you a little bit. So now we're working the endurance of those lateral rotator hip muscles, keeping the turnout, and then we're extending the hip and flexing. Good. Push and pull. If your neck gets tired, you can place it down. But again, I find with the head up, it's a little easier to counterbalance the legs. Now let's alternate and do one of each. Lift the legs, and you're going to close the knees one time, in and out, and then do a double tap and lift one time. Close, open, tap, lift. So good. In, out, down, up. Couple more times. Good. Lower and lift. Whoo. Whoo. With that extra resistance of crawling your hands down, that makes this really, really tricky. Good, you guys. Let's do 3 more sets. Head up or down is totally fine. In and out, down and up. 2 more. Keep that low back locked into place. Last one. And then come in and relax. Whew. Really good, you guys. Okay, now we're going to take just one single foot in the band. So take one out, leave the band under the arch of one foot, and then you're going to hold both of the tails in the same side hand. Okay, so same arm as leg. And then we're going to get even more ab work here, but we're going to have support for our head with our hand. So it's going to be a lot easier on the neck, okay? You can also, of course, leave the head down at any point, like we've had the option to do all along, okay? So let's tabletop both of the legs. This hand that's holding the strap, your elbow is going to be bent in kind of like a getting ready to bicep curl position. Lift your head and shoulders up, support your head in your hand, and really let it hang back so your neck can release a little bit. Now we're still imprinted. You're going to extend just the leg that has the band on it and do a bicep curl with that arm. So your thumb gets even closer to your shoulder and then release back to where you started. So I'm flexing the elbow as I extend the knee and then return. So I get some nice opposition on the band. Beautiful. So again, we're lowering the leg as far as we can without compromising our good alignment of our pelvis and our spine. Beautiful. So we get some good bicep work, some shoulder work on this side. Good. Now let's slowly turn this into a bicycle so the free leg can extend when the banded leg is bent. And switch. And keep this slow. I want you to always have some good tension on the band. Exhale and inhale. Good. Now I want you to pause with your banded leg bent, your free leg straight. Punch your banded fist to the ceiling. Bring the elbow back and then do one switch of the legs. 1 and 2. Punch one time. Up and down and then switch. Switch. Few more. Up, down, and then bicycle the legs 2 more times. Keep the band tight as you punch up and down last time. Good. Now pause with your banded arm punched up and hold. And I just want you to do little pulses from your abs, keeping the arm reaching. So now when the knuckles go up, it's from your core, crunching for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you can release all the way down. Whew. Whew, that was a lot of work. Okay, we've got one more on this side before we switch. So I know that arm is already tired, but we can power through. So keep that same band and same hand. So keep that same foot in the band, same hand on the band. And now we're going to go into a scissor action of the legs. So reach both feet up to the ceiling, have that same grip and elbow bend, lift your head up, and then just start with some slow scissors of the legs. Good. Switch and switch. And for me, I find I more keep my elbow kind of consistent on this one. If you want to pull it a little extra, you can. Whew, just as long as you get good tension on the band. Now let's add double pulses to this. 1, 2, switch. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Good, you guys. Little micro pulses. That second pulse should bring you even deeper into that hip flexion and extension. Now pause with your banded leg low, and I just want you to drop your free leg down and up. Down and up. You can lower it as far as you can stay stable for 2. Last one. Whoo, and then rest everything down. Okay. Now we can switch sides. Woo. Okay, good. That bicep can get a break. All right, let's do the other foot in. Grab the tails with your same side hand. Free hand behind the head. Imprint your spine and curl yourself up off of the mat. All right, here we go. Take your banded leg and just stretch it and bend it, doing a little extra bicep curl with the arm at the same time. Good, you guys. So doing this unilateral action, working the body one by one on different sides is really challenging, really challenges our core, challenges our ability to coordinate. Yes, and it's really hard to keep ourselves centered. So well done. Good. Now let's go into that slow bicycle, reaching the free leg and switch. Try to maintain that flexion in the upper spine. Beautiful. And in, very good. Keep it pretty slow. Now pause with your free leg straight. Banded knee is bent. We punch the fist to the ceiling. We bend it and then we switch. Switch. Hold here to punch, bend, and then switch the legs. Couple more, up and down. Switch, switch. 2 more. Keep breathing. Almost done. Whew. All right. Now end up with that banded arm, punch to the ceiling, and we're going to pulse. Pulse. Keep the lower body nice and still for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then rest down for a second. Whew. Nice, you guys. That one creeps up on you. Okay, now we'll go into our scissor pattern. So grab back onto the band, reach your feet up, really tuck under on this one since the legs are straight. We'll need that. Lift your head up. Okay, start alternating, lower one leg and then the other. Good. So we have the resistance on the banded side and we have no help to lift on the free side. So you get this totally different feeling between the 2 legs. Now add those double pulses at the end range switch. Exhale, exhale, inhale. Switch. So good. 1, 2, switch. Good. Big deep split. Let's do 2 more. Now, you're going to end up with that banded leg low, free leg high. Don't move the lower leg. Just drop and lift your free leg down and up. If it's too intense, lift the banded leg higher for 4. You got this. 3. 2 more. Strong center. Last one, and then lay down and relax. Oh, really well done, you guys. All right, just reach your arms behind you, reach the feet forward, and take a big stretch like you're getting pulled in 2 directions. Oh, good work. All right, take the band and just kind of drape it across your hips here for a second. Come up to seated. So your hands are going to be behind you on the mat. Your feet are out in front of you. Okay. Now you want to grab the band and adjust it so that the tails of the band are going to be pinned underneath your hands. Okay. Now I kind of like to drape the band across my rib cage. I find that a little bit more comfortable. You can have it across more your stomach if that doesn't bother you. If you put it on your hips, it'll probably roll upwards. Okay. That's what I've found. So personally, I like going across the ribs. If having the band there bothers you, just do this without the band and it's still great. It just gives us a tiny bit of extra resistance, okay, for the back of our body, which is exciting. So drape it where you would like it, and you can definitely move it around once you see how it feels for yourself. So you can place the band under your hands however it feels most secure to you, okay? I've really got the heels of my hands pinned onto it, and then angle your fingertips back to the back corners of your mat, okay? So now keep your hands heavy into the mat, shrug your shoulders away from your ears, take a breath in, and I just want you to drive your hips to the ceiling and then lower your hips back to the mat. Beautiful, and your feet can be pretty wide here, a little wider than hip width apart. Up and then down. If your band is more flat, it's gonna be more comfortable on the rib cage. Good. If your hands are wider apart from each other, that's a little less stretchy on the shoulders. So move around till you kind of find that sweet spot. Yes, and the band is just giving us a little bit of extra something to push into and down. I really feel that extra work through my shoulders to stabilize, a little bonus work through those glutes and hamstrings. So good. All right, now, as you lift the hips up, bring one leg to tabletop and then replace it. Bring it up so it just lifts off the mat with you. Lift and down. So good. If that's too difficult, go back to leaving both feet flat and down. Good. So now it's twice the work on that glute to drive the hips up. Beautiful. Whew. Okay, let's do 3 more. And then we're going to stay at the top after our last one. Hold up and stay. Now reach that leg to the ceiling, and I just want you to tap and lift that leg. Tap, lift. Keep your band tight. Hips stay up. 3, shoulders press down. 2, 1. Now tabletop and place the foot down. We just got to do that on the other side. Here we go. Lift the hips up with your leg. Now reach to the sky. Tap and lift. Keep the pelvis where it is, lower. Lift. 3, 2, 1. Find your tabletop and replace your body down. So good. All right, come out of there. Shake your arms out. Good, you guys. That was really difficult, really athletic, getting our whole body up like that. So good job. Okay, we're going to do one last set of exercises before stretching and cooling down. So it's our final stretch. We can do it. So now take the band and you're going to drape it across the back of your rib cage, side to side, kind of towards the bottom of your shoulder blades. Try to get it as flat as you can across your back. If you grip on closer to your shoulders, you'll get more tension. To the tails, you'll get less, okay? You want to pinch with your thumb and forefinger, almost like lobster claws, okay? And then once you have the band like that, our palms are going to go down on the floor. So we still have the tail kind of running underneath our hand. Widen your fingertips and then get onto all fours, okay? So the band should be nice and anchored from those hands. Lengthen your head and tail away from each other so you're nice and neutral. Now, your lower back should have a slight curve, almost feel your sitting bones kind of widening apart from each other. Now, just start by moving your shoulder blades and nothing else. So you're going to retract your shoulder blades together. You'll feel like your ribs kind of sink towards the floor, and then spread your shoulder blades apart and you'll feel yourself pull away from the floor. And then go again, squeeze together, and then spread and widen. And it's a really subtle movement. The hardest thing is not letting the movement come from somewhere else. Yes, so it's not a cat and a cow stretch. Our back isn't really changing. It's just those scapula winging together and then spreading apart. And doing this with the band actually makes it a little bit more obvious. Yes, kind of the band is pulling our shoulder blades where they want to go, and then we have something to push into to go wide. All right, now we're going to connect this into a cat and a cow stretch. So when your shoulder blades come together, extend your spine and look up. As they go apart, round your back and fold into a ball. Good. Inhale, let the band pull the shoulder blades together. Exhale, push into the band to widen. Beautiful. Couple more times. If you need to adjust your band, if it slips, no problem. You can move it around, play around with the placement of it. Let's do 2 more. And then fold. Feel a nice even extension and flexion. So your whole spine is kind of distributing that angle out equally. Beautiful. All right, now end up in your long neutral spine. Push into the palms of the hands. Now keep your neutral. Keep that sensation of kind of pushing up into the band with your ribs. And then just slide one foot back behind you. Toes stay on the mat. And then replace the knee down. Other side, slide away. And then replace. Good. So as you slide the foot away, try not to lose contact with the band, with those shoulder blades. So don't let the scaps get pinched together. Keep them more wide. So good. Draw a straight line with your foot directly back and then in one more time. Whew, stabilize those shoulders. Now pause here. Inhale. Exhale, keep both feet down, and I want you to just hover your knees off the floor. Inhale to come back to the bottom. Do that again. Push even harder into the band with your shoulder blades to hover up, and then lower down. So good. Tiny little hover. The lower you are, the harder this is on your thighs. Good. Hover up. If it's too difficult, you can try lifting one knee up at a time. Beautiful. Now let's hold our hover and try our leg slides here. Keep your knees up and slide one foot back and then replace. If it's too intense, put the knees back down, in. Beautiful. All the while, don't forget about those shoulder blades. Really puff them up into the band. So good. And in. Now let's go out, out. In. So you go out, out to a plank, and then in to the hover. And then again, 1, 2, come back, 1, 2. If you need to put your knees down when you step back in, that's totally fine. Push, push, in. You can alternate which foot goes first if you like. Almost done. Now last thing here, hold your plank and alternate with some leg lifts. Up and down. I know we're shaking. Try to lift your head. Keep the hips forward. Keep breathing. 4 more. Up and down. 3, 2, 1. And then rest the knees down and relax. Whew. All right, let go of the band. Drop into a little shell stretch. Take a couple deep breaths. Whew. Good, you guys. That was really challenging with that extra resistance for the shoulder blades. So really well done. All right, we're gonna finish with a quick little cool down stretch. You don't need your band. Set it off to the side. Sit with your feet flat on the mat, hands behind you. We're going to stretch the front of the shoulder. So the farther back your hands go and the narrower they are together, the stretchier this will be. All right, so find your sweet spot. You want it to stretch but not feel pinchy or uncomfortable. So now tuck your tail under. Start with a little bit of stretch on those shoulders. And then I just want you to lift your chest up to the ceiling and extend your spine a little bit. And then drop your chin and tuck. And then do that again. Lift your chest. And then round down. Good. And for me, when I lift my chest up, I feel the stretch get much more intense. I get way more stretch down into my pecs, not just the shoulder, but kind of across the chest. Good. So we're anchoring the hands and then moving the spine to find that stretch. Try adjusting your hands to see where you get the best stretch. And down. We worked the arms a lot with the use of the band. So show them a little love. Last time. All right, come up, extend the legs out in front of you, and just take a quick stretch over both of your legs. Release your head towards the mat. Breathe in and out here a couple of times. See if on every exhale you can release a little deeper. Fold a little more. Good. One more breath in and out here. Whew. All right, and with that, you guys, we are all done with our mat Pilates plus our band workout. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you tried some new things and feel really great in your body. So I can't wait to see you back here with me for our next workout together very soon. If you have any comments to share, I'd love to hear them down below. And I will see you back here next time. I'll see you then. Bye.